Hi, Miss Walker, and in this video, I'm going over week 7, Thursday. Whoop, whoop. And we're going to be ordering numbers. This page wants us to rewrite each list of numbers in order from least to greatest. That means from the smallest to the biggest. So from muy poquito to más grande. Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I usually teach my students when we first learn about ordering numbers. Excuse me. And then I'm going to show you how we just go about it the rest of the year. We just determine the place value and see which one's the biggest and which one's the smallest. And I said something very important. I said the word place value. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the place value chart. And I scooted it down just a little bit so that whenever I scoot it down later on, we'll still have this place value chart. So with place value, we start at the right and we have ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands. We have 10,000s, and then we have 100,000. All right. And if you were in my class, we would do our place value song, the end part of it where it goes ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. I know my place value. All right. So what I have my students do is I have them line up their numbers, but I actually want this number down here just because of where it's written on there. I just kind of ran out of room and I stuck it at the top. But that wasn't smart on Miss Walker's part, so I'm going to move them up. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the highest place value, which is my 100,000s place. So I'm going to cross out the numbers in my 100,000s place, but I got to see which ones are the smallest, which ones are the biggest. Now, we're going from the smallest to the biggest, so sometimes it's easier to start with the biggest number and work my way down. So what I'm going to do is I see that there are only 2 4s, and so there are 3 3s. I know 4 is larger than 3, so I'm going to start with my big number. If it's got a 4, I know those are the same, and they're in the 100,000s place. They've got a 3, those are the same. 0 in the thousands place, 0 in the hundreds place. Now I have something different. I have a 0 in the tens place and a 0 in the 4. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I have a 0 in the tens place and 4 in the tens place. So I know that this number, 430,040, is bigger or larger than all of the other numbers. So this is my largest number. So I'm going to move that one to the end. Then I know that this one, 430,004, is my second largest number. So I'm going to leave that there. Now I can do these other numbers. I can look at them and I can try to figure out, okay, which one's the smallest one? So I'm going to use my tool and I'm just going to say, okay, I'm looking at my 100,000s place. I've got a 3 in all those, so I can cross it out. My next number in my 10,000s place is a 4, 0, and 4. I know 0 is the smallest, so I know 304,043 is going to come next. So I'm going to put that first. Then I've got to look at my 10,000s place. I have a 4 in both of these numbers. I have a 0 in my thousands place. I have a 0 in my hundreds place and a 3 in my hundreds place. So the next smallest number is the one with the 0. So then I know the number that comes next is 340,034. And the number that's in the middle is 340,340. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to determine which ones are the smallest to the largest based on these numbers, and I'm going to put them in order. I'm going to put a number 1 at the smallest and a number 5 at the largest. That way, when I go to type them, I can type them in order. But remember, Miss Walker sometimes switches her numbers around, and so I have to be very, very careful. That's something I've struggled with my whole life. So here we go. We are going to look at the highest place value. Well, actually, we're trying to find the smallest one, so I'm going to see which one is the smallest. But looking at this, I have 100,000 here. My highest place value on this one is 10,000. So I know that this one is small. It's smaller than this one. This one has the 100,000s. I know it's smaller than this one. 100,000s, and then this is the 10,000s. So it's between these two numbers to see which one's the smallest. They both have a 6 in the 10,000s place. They both have a 9 in the thousands place. This one has a 9 in the hundreds place, and this one has a 2 in the hundreds place. The smaller one is going to be 69,292. The next one is going to be 69,929. So I've used these numbers. I'm going to go ahead and type them in since I've used them. 69,292 and then 69,929. And I'm going to go ahead and cross them out since I've used them. That way I don't try to mess with them anymore. Then I'm going to try to find the next smallest number. These all have a 6 in the 100,000s place. This one has a 0 in the 10,000s, 0 in the 10,000s, 9 in the 10,000s. So I know that that's got to be the biggest number. So that's going to be 5. And I'm not going to look at that one anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and type that one into the biggest slot. So 690,229. And then I'm going to cross it out so I don't look at it anymore. It's between these two numbers. I'm looking for the smaller one. These both have a 0 in the 10,000s place. I've got a 9 in the thousands place. Got a 2 in the hundreds place. And I've got a 2 in the tens place and a 9 in the tens place. So I know that my next smallest one is going to be 609,000. 229, and then it's going to be 609,292. All right, moving on to letter C. I'm looking at all of these, and it looks like they all have a 7 in the 100,000s place, and they do. So I'm going to just cross out that 7 in the 100,000s place. My next place to look at is the 10,000s place, and they all have a 3 in the 10,000s place. Then I'm looking at the thousands place. This one has a 3. A 5 is bigger, so I'm not worried about that one. This one has a 3. This one's got a 5 and a 5. I'm not worried about those. So it's between this one and this one. Let me use pink so that you can see my difference. I'm comparing these two numbers. Now I'm going to look at, oh, sorry, we're not looking at those two numbers. That's why I used a different color. Miss Walker does crazy stuff sometimes. We're looking at these two numbers with the 3 in the thousands place. So we're going to cross out the 3 in the thousands place. Now we have a 5 in the hundreds place, and we have a 3 in the hundreds place. So I know that the one with the 3 is smaller. So I'm going to write 733,353 first. My next number is going to be 733,533. And because I've used those two numbers, I'm going to just cross them out. Now, if you notice, Miss Walker likes to use different colors. Yes, I talked about myself in the third person. I like to use different colors because it just helps me see it better. Now I'm moving on to the ones with the 5 in the thousands place. So I'm going to cross out the 5. I'm looking for the smallest one. This one has a 5 in the hundreds place, a 5 in the hundreds place. This has a 3 in the hundreds place. So that's my next smallest number. I'm going to type 735,335, and then I'm going to cross that number out so I don't get confused. Now I'm crossing out my 5 in the hundreds place. I've got a 5 in the tens place and a 3 in the tens place. So the next smallest number is going to be 735,535. Sorry, 735,535, and then the biggest one is going to be 735,553. Whew, all these numbers. Last one, raise the roof. Whoop, 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 whoop. Because Miss Walker struggles with all these numbers. My brain just doesn't like it, especially when they all look the same. My brain's like, mm-mm. All right, here we go. I know that if it starts in the 100,000s place, it's very, very large. This one is in the 10,000s place, so that's smaller than the other ones. These all have the 100,000s place, so I know I'm going to start with 99,800 because it is the smallest. I can cross that out. I know that these all have a 9 in the 100,000s place, so I'm going to cross those 9s out, and now I'm looking at the 10,000s place. They all have an 8 in the 10,000s place. Now I'm looking at the thousands place, a 0, an 8, a 0, and a 0. Well, I already know if it's got an 8 in the thousands place, that's the largest, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on the largest one. That way I don't have to worry about it anymore. 988,101. And I'm going to cross it out. And then I'm going to use a different color so I don't confuse myself. All right. Now I'm going to cross out my 0 in the thousands place. And I'm going to move on to looking at the hundreds place. This one has a 0 in the hundreds place, 0 in the hundreds place, and a 1 in the hundreds place. So this one with the 1 is larger. So I know that's going to be over here, 980,100. I'm going to cross that out. Now I'm going to use a totally different color, and I'm going to cross out my hundreds place zeros, and I'm going to look for the smaller one. As no, 0 is in the tens place and a 1 is in the tens place, and I know 0 is smaller than 1. So going back to my small side, I know that after 99,800 is going to be 980,001. And then I'm going to have 980,010. And 980,100, 988,101. So this is what your page should look like. The last part says in the box below, write 5 6-digit numbers. Have a friend write them in order from least to greatest. I read that wrong in my head, and then I read it out loud. So what you have to do is you're writing 5 6-digit numbers. So you're writing 5 numbers that go up to the 100,000s place, just like they have right here. Then you're going to have your friend put them in order from smallest to the biggest. It can be your mom, your dad, your cousin, your sister, your brother. You can call somebody in Miss Belford's class, Miss Jones' class, Mr. Tettleton's class, Miss Sampson's class, Miss Perez's class, my class. So y'all can talk about what numbers you have. You can send them a picture of the problem and have them solve it. So y'all can do it that way. You don't have to. You can just social distance by taking a picture of it. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.